Hi, this is Shira Rubinoff. I'm here with Insights in Tech, talking about some of the pressing issues we're facing in our life. I'm here with Tom Kellermann. Tom, please introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, Shira. I'm the head of cybersecurity strategy for VMware Carbon Black, and I'm also a global fellow for cyber policy at the Wilson Center.
Terrific. Thank you for taking your time to talk to our audience today. We'd like to talk to, obviously with the coronavirus really taking over the world and impacting everybody across every spectrum of life. Can you talk to us about digital home invasion and what we need to look out for and who is at risk and what we can do to protect ourselves?
Yeah, I'm very concerned. Frankly, everyone is working remote, and as a result of that, people can't rely on their corporate perimeter protections, firewalls, IDS systems, et cetera, to insulate them from cyber attack. And many people presume because they're using a VPN that they will be protected against this phenomenon called digital home invasion, but it's not the case. In addition to that, these people are exposed to their family members. Okay, so you almost need to really think about protecting yourself and your family through what I would call digital spacing. What you do here is really have to appreciate, how your environment is vulnerable to attack to begin with. In so much, you need to appreciate that your home router has two networks on it. You should only be using one of those networks primarily only for your personal devices associated with work. And then the other network should be used for your family's devices and your smart devices. You should also consider actually employing the construct of a safe room. This is a digital free room where you can actually have sensitive or serious conversations whether it's with your spouse or whether it's with your colleagues at work on a landline. It doesn't matter, but that room should be actually digital device free. Finally, update everything, please. Update your apps, update your operating systems, and ensure that you're not using passwords anymore, you're using sentences. That includes your router. And really do proper diligence on your devices to ensure they actually have next-gen AV on everything, including your Macs, because they're not bulletproof.
Interesting. And what would you say to people all of a sudden that they're forced to work at home and companies have to quickly adjust to that? Obviously, there are holes in the system and people are trying to be as secure as possible. And certainly the digital space is something quite broad and vast. And all of a sudden they're saying, okay, now work from home and adjust to that quickly. What other holes can we look for and where can we plug that in?
So this is a huge challenge for many organizations, especially those organizations who haven't moved towards endpoint protection platforms and deployment of EDRs. They are challenged right now in visibility on these devices, as well as insulating these devices from any sort of contagion that could be leveraged against the proper corporate environment. Best practices need to correspond. I firmly believe that just-in-time administration should be authorized across organizations such that most people should not have system administrator privileges, and they shouldn't have them perpetually at the least. Application control will be necessitated across critical applications and on devices that are legacy. And I also think that you need to embrace the construct of even using things like honey tokens or deception technology to actually ascertain whether someone has attempted to tamper with or to bypass your security mechanisms coming into work.
Yeah, those are very important points. What about the mentality of people working from home? Do you feel that that's something that people will say, you know what, I'm working from home, I'm more secure? Or is it the mentality really at a workplace? People feel that they're at their workplace, they have that mentality of security, they have the mentality of behaving a certain way, but now they're at home, it's more lax. I'm using my other devices, I'm logging in from things I shouldn't be. What kind of advice could you give us on that?
Like I said, they really need to appreciate the construct of digital distancing. Yeah. They need to segregate their personal devices and their family's devices from the network that they're going to be using their work device on. They need to make sure that everything's updated prior to actually accessing networks, whether it's the VPN or the apps or the software. They should be running a scan, a security check on their device every morning and ascertaining whether or not they've been compromised. In addition to that, they should really move towards more secure browsers. From a mainstream perspective, that is Mozilla. And they should be using that type of browser interface for anything sensitive that they're conducting. And then last but not least, frankly, turn off proximity settings on things when you're not using them. Don't leave Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on in perpetuity. And appreciate the fact that there's a cyber crime wave going on right now, which is spiking because the criminal syndicates of the world are realizing that everyone is outside of the corporate perimeter.
Yes, very, very important points. Well, thank you very much, Tom. Very much appreciate your time and sharing your wisdom with us. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you so much.